Welcome to my low carb kitchen. So obviously we're not in the kitchen right now, but it's a lot easier for me to talk to you this way. But I do want to talk about the three necessities that you should have in your kitchen to make low carb eating delicious and simple and easy. Okay, so if you're looking to make your low carb meals, you want to make sure that they're satisfying and they're delicious. This video is for you. In fact, this month we'll be talking all about tips and tricks from my low carb kitchen. So let's kind of dive right in. So as we know, the goal of your eating low carb is to increase your fats, decrease your carbohydrates, especially sources like grains, sugars, processed foods. So you want to make sure that what you're eating is delicious and that it is in line with your low carb living. So here are my three necessities. The first is make sure that you have healthy oils in your low carb kitchen. So healthy oils would be things like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, things like that. And here's a few tips about healthy oils and fats overall. There is a lot of debate and some things we don't know about dietary fat. I think the one thing that everyone can agree on is don't overdo saturated fat. So things like, fat from beef, dairy, certain oils, even plant-based oils can have saturated fat. So kind of keeping an eye on it, keeping it to a moderate level. And the thing about, and I think everyone would also agree that trans fats need to be at 0. So trans fats typically come with processed foods. So if you're following a low carb diet, you are way more likely to have 0 trans fats than if you were not following a low carb diet, because following a low carb diet should include eliminating or really, really reducing the amount of processed foods in your diet. I mean, just for comparison basis, go into your pantry if you've got like crackers or, chips or even breads in there or any processed food. Look on the labels and make sure that there are no trans fats. Trans fats we do not get rid of. They stay in our system and they are not a good thing. And every practitioner would agree on that. The thing about fats too is it's all about the balance of 2 different kind of fats that we eat, the omega-3s and the omega-6s. Too many processed foods or processed oils can give you too many omega-6s and create an imbalance of omega-3 to omega-6s. So you want to stick with oils that are the least processed, preferably organic. And I would do your research on oils, but overall, you also want to match up your oil to your cooking method. So you want to know that they've got a higher smoke point if you're going to be sauteing. You want to know, if you're going to eat it cold, you want to make sure it's got the flavor and that it's going to complement the dish that you're looking for. So I would suggest that you do a little bit of research. Okay, so that's the first necessity in a low carb kitchen, because healthy oils make your food taste really delicious. And while you're lowering your carbs and increasing your fats, that is going to add flavor and satiety to your meals. The second thing that I would recommend for your low carb kitchen as a necessity are spices. And I never really discovered spices until I was a low carber. In fact, I never even salted or peppered my food I hardly used any spice at all. And in fact, my family would tell me that, hey, it's good, but it tastes kind of bland. So once I went low carb, I really started experimenting with spices, and I've come to really love spice blends, like rubs for chicken. Like I'll put, depending on how much meat, but I'll put olive oil in a bowl and then add like copious amounts of a spice blend. And it's almost like a rub because it's so full of the spice, but it's in the olive oil. And I love to brush that on meats, poultry, fish. It goes with everything depending on the spices that you're using. In fact, it's become a great souvenir for me when I've traveled. Just recently I was traveling overseas and I bought a spice blend that I had never seen before. I loved the flavor and I brought it home. So it was a great souvenir. So spices really enhance the flavor of food, and you can really use spices to sort of layer the flavor. And layering flavor when you cook is really a great method of deepening the flavor of your foods and the satiety, so that you're getting more pleasure out of your foods by enjoying all these interesting layers of flavor. So it's really all about like kind of using complementary spices to layer. And we can talk about that more on another video. So far, our two necessities in a low-carb kitchen are healthy oils and also spices. I personally try to buy as often as possible organic, and I try to do my research on where it's worth buying organic, if it is, if it's not. When it comes to salt, I stick to Himalayan salt, and I just grind it, onto food. And Himalayan salt is a healthier alternative than other salts you might be seeing. It's just got more minerals, so it's just healthier. Okay, so the last thing, and this one is pretty simple, that you should have in your kitchen if you're following a low-carb diet is a variety of vegetables, textures, and methods. So what I mean by that is you can buy frozen vegetables, you can buy fresh vegetables, and I love them, combined in interesting ways, cut differently, chunks, cubed, strips. You can really, using like a spiralizer, you can really have a great time with vegetables. And vegetables, if you're following a low-carb plan, should really be your go-to source of carbohydrates. So you want fresh or frozen, whatever you prefer. I would keep a variety. I like to keep just plain and simple frozen vegetables in my freezer, so that just in a pinch, if I haven't gotten to the store, or if for whatever the reason it's going to go better with my dish and it's easier, I'll turn to frozen vegetables. Even things like riced cauliflower you can get and keep in your freezer. They sell it at Trader Joe's. I think Green Giant sells it. You can also, Green Giant also sells it. I think it's Green Giant. Don't quote me, but they sell a great mashed cauliflower. And I think it's really delicious. It makes a great side dish for any dinner. Your dinner should have two vegetable sources. So perhaps a salad and a roasted vegetable. Maybe you'd want to do spiralized zucchini with, oil and Parmesan cheese, or you could do mashed cauliflower. And, it comes pretty much pre-made by Green Giant, so it's a great no-brainer. So that keeping plenty of vegetables, a variety of vegetables, is really, really helpful when you're following a low-carb plan. So once again, the three necessities that you should have on hand in your low-carb kitchen are, and you should have a variety of these things, are oils, healthy oils, spices, and vegetables. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm curious, what's in your kitchen? What makes it easier for you to follow a low carb plan? Share with us your favorite necessities in your kitchen, whether it's a whole food or something you're purchasing, like the Green Giant product I mentioned, or if there's even like a mildly processed product that makes your life easier, I want to see it. So I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, guys.